also say it. I can agree with you.
That's planning, I guess. So I'm terribly sorry for that. Now, you have rightly noted that, yes, indeed, there is some personal touch to this membership in the Human Rights Council. We were members of the Human Rights Commission between 2002 and 2000, well, until the very end of the commission, 2007. And I do have personally a very, very, vivid memory of the very complex process of moving the commission up to a level of a council. And the commission, I just popped into room 18 now, in fact, where the commission was taking place. And presence in that room immediately sort of, raises your adrenaline because the commission was an extremely, electrified kind of, body, kind of a security council at a local Geneva level, very difficult moments, very difficult decisions, very intense 6 weeks, exhausting 6 weeks. And there was a question, and the most important thing in all this is that I think, human rights, the place of human rights in the international agenda was of a totally different nature. And I do have to say with regret, in my career, before the start of the political career, my career was in diplomacy, and most of the time I spent in multilateral, and somehow a good deal of that time I spent in multilateral related directly to the human rights agenda, both at the regional level, European regional level, and the UN level. The devaluation of currency kind of thing, so far as human rights is concerned, we cannot escape that. That is, that is something that is different in the context of the environment within which international relations, the international agenda has been taking place then and now. The Council was meant to build on that momentum. The Council was meant to, well, it depends on how you define it. The depoliticization aspect of it was one school of thought. The elevation of the UN body dealing with human rights to a higher platform in the UN architecture was another school of thought. So the Secretary General yesterday, he had a very important speech, I think, in this respect. And the Secretary General is someone who has started in Geneva as a High Commissioner for Refugees, and I do say proudly that we have known each other since then. And he spoke about it yesterday, and I saw a lot of personal touch in his private conversations about his personal perception of human rights. The youth of Salazar, of the times of Salazar, who has a direct kind of perception, which for whom democracy, human rights are very direct impact on his life. And he's also this element of discouragement that was emanating from his speech is very understandable to me. Here, the way in which the Human Rights Council was elevated to a level which is one of the three main bodies of the United Nations, one of the main bodies of the United Nations, was a significant achievement. The UPR is another significant achievement. But we all know and we all understand there is human rights and there is politics of human rights. And this is always the most difficult dilemma. The most difficult dilemma about the way in which we address human rights and in which we deal with the politics of human rights. And UPR is a very important, building on our experience, it's a very important domestic exercise of mobilizing your domestic resource in a collective assessment, because you're going to face the international community and share with them your record. And it's a good opportunity to domestically mobilize your various bodies who deal with this and assess what you have been doing. Give it a good assessment because you're going to face the international community and show that you have been serious about it. So in that sense, of course, it's a very useful exercise, and we know the value of it. And the other thing, of course, is the way in which UPR is matching the political side of of the issue. So those dilemmas we cannot escape. Those are realities we know, and the test we're undergoing is the capacity of the international community to attach focus on human rights and to find a way in which dealing with the politics of human rights is not happening at the expense of the core issues of human rights. Thank you.
Thank you very much for this call on the way to approach human rights and not put the political side away, but make sure that human rights are being defended and protected in the way they should be.